Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the first two episodes of the brand new Amazon original TV show, Clarkson's Farm. Now initially I was going to do just a pilot episode review, but I enjoyed the first episode so much I watched the second one straight away afterwards. So this is really my feedback on the first two episodes. The first episode of this TV... Well, I'll give you a little bit of background. You might not know much about this show. Now, obviously you know who Jeremy Clarkson is, I presume, from the Top Gear and the Grand Tour, things like that. And as he explains at the beginning of the show, he actually bought this farm in 2008, but there was some guy that ran the farm for him. And then a couple of years ago, I think in 2018, 2019... he basically said he was retiring, so Jeremy Clarkson thought, well, I'll do it myself then. Maybe naively, he thought he could do it all himself. Now, as it turns out, he was wrong. Now, I think there's 8 episodes in this series, and the first episode focuses on tractoring. So we learn about like the setup of the farm, it sets it all up, things like that, and he basically he's literally on his own when he starts. He's got like a farm stroke business advisor, I suppose, that tells him what he needs to do, all the equipment he needs to buy. He needs to literally buy everything. There's nothing on the farm in regards to equipment and things, so he needs to buy himself a tractor. So he goes and looks at the local place that sells tractors, doesn't like anything that he sees, so of course, this being Jeremy Clarkson, he goes and buys a Lamborghini tractor that is too big and doesn't have the right hook thing on the back to attach all the equipment in this country to, so not the most practical tractor in the world. He goes as well to like an equipment auction and buys all the other things that he needs to be able to farm his land. And then he's basically told he's got a limited amount of time to be able to sow his crops and all this kind of stuff. And literally just a couple of weeks really. And he can't do it on his own. He has no real idea of what he's doing. So this first episode is him getting all his equipment, buying his tractor, learning how to use his tractor and his equipment, and sowing his fields. Now, he brings on board a young chap called Caleb that used to work on the farm before the other guy retired. And Caleb is only 21, but he knows exactly what he's doing on this farm. He's actually very, very experienced, and he's helping guide Jeremy, and they actually make a really, really fun couple together. They're very, very funny. Great partnership, great chemistry between them, and some real great one-liners from them. Jeremy Clarkson is such a rookie, he keeps messing up his tram lines, everything. He just keeps messing it all up. And then they have to face some serious weather problems in this episode as well in regards to his crops and things. So it was a really, really great start to the show. It's a really insightful look into farming in general, and the problems that Jeremy Clarkson is facing as a complete rookie to running his own farm. Now the second episode I thought was actually better than the first episode, and the second episode is called Sheeping. And he decides to basically get a load of sheep. I think he ends up getting something like 78 female sheep and 2 males to breed, basically. And much of this episode is him going to the market, buying his sheep, getting them transported back, making the field safe, which is hilarious because they just won't do as they're told. They keep jumping over walls, things like that, escaping, which drives him absolutely mad. They put electrical fences up and all this kind of stuff, and it's a nightmare getting these sheep settled, if you like, and then obviously introducing the 2 males in the hope that they will breed so that he can make a profit on these sheep. Again, he learns he can't do it on his own, so he has to employ a shepherd. I thought there are sections in this episode that I was very laugh out loud. There's a guy as well called Gerald that builds the walls up and the damage and things, and you didn't think he was real, this Gerald, because you couldn't understand a word he was saying, and it was hilarious to watch Clarkson trying to have a conversation with him and not have a clue what he was saying. It was sad as well in the episode. There's some sheep that essentially can't be part of the herd anymore, and they can't be bred, so as Jeremy calls it, they need to be scheduled for assassination, which was hilarious. And it kind of ended on a little bit of a somber note, this episode, because the 3 sheep that, as he said, was scheduled for assassination, he basically took to get cold. And you could genuinely see he was distressed by it and upset by having to do this. He's never done it before. He knows it needs doing because they're not pets. But you could really see that he was hurt and upset by having to do it. So I have to say this is a massively impressive start to the show. I've always been a big fan of Jeremy Clarkson, especially in Top Gear and the Grand Tour. But I have to say this show is everything I was hoping it was going to be. It's educational, it's very fun, very watchable, and definitely quite hilarious at times as well. So yeah, I strongly recommend checking it out, guys. You don't really have to be a fan of farming and farming programs. I'm certainly not, but it is certainly really funny and very enjoyable to watch. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. What I will do is watch the rest of the show, the other 6 episodes. I think it's 8 episodes, and then I'll do a full series review of Clarkson's Farm at the end of that. So hopefully I'll get through them as fast as I can, and I'll get that review up as fast as possible. But for these first 2 episodes, I'm giving it so far a 9 out of 10. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you found this review useful. I will be back, of course, with plenty more content on the channel very soon.